Hey YouTube, this is Nashtaters. Welcome back to another episode of War of the Visions. So today we're going to be talking about quickly why you should save or why you should summon for Kilphe. But first, let's begin the video with our free 10x summons. You know, I come to realize that I have way too many UR units, and that's going to be a problem. And I know that sounds like a first world problem, but it really is going to be a problem because I will have too many things to work on potentially. And I think they have hurt me because it looks like they're not going to give me any more UR units, which I'm okay with, but I think that's going to be part of the discussion today because I was hoping for Salir. I really want to finish her off. And that is not Salir. I'm really tired of looking at Sir O's face. Yesterday, I spent half a day playing this game because I take my dog to the vet. Still 0 shards of word light in the shops. Like literally 0. So, sad day. But let's get into this video. Alright, let's get into it. So, should you be summoning for her or should you be saving your gems for future banners? Here's the thing. Kilphe is perhaps one of the strongest magical attackers in the entire game. Perhaps even the strongest. And I don't use that word like the strongest or the best too often. But in this case, I truly think she solved the puzzle. And that puzzle is that most magical attackers in this game, if not all, are very fragile. We call them glass cannons for a reason. I fear Mediana when I attack her in arena because I know she can wreak huge havoc against my units. The fact that Mediana can do tons of damage, it's going to be one of those units you must deal with quickly. And if you can deal with her quickly, which in most cases, if you can get a nice view of her, you're going to one-shot her. Another unit such as Salir, which has superior AI and can do massive damage, but cannot take a hit at all. Kilphe solved that puzzle. She has access to many tools to make her one of the most durable magical attacker in the game. She has really high HP, she has really high agility, and she has the basic moves and jumps, but from her status bonus board, she gets extra HP, she gets extra defense, she gets extra spirit, she gets extra luck, and look at her master ability. 20% plus health and cast time reduced. These are all indications that she is getting a huge boost in defensive stats. Even her Trust Master is really aiding her in survivability. Raises own single attack resistance for 3 turns and lowers area attack resistances. When it comes to resistances, she has slash attack resistance, magic attack resistance, and projectile attack resistances. Slash attack and magic are going to be 2 most common attacks in this entire game. So having resistance against those are going to be very, very good for her. Now, her main nemesis is going to be win units. You're only going to be worrying about Lucia in arena, or perhaps maybe PvP. When we all know the PvP system isn't very good because you don't know who you're going up against. So that's kind of a moot point. And we also know there's no single unit in this entire game that can dominate because of the elemental system. But here's big but. She has 15% against missile attacks. And on top of it, you have the luxury in arena on offense to simply ignore anything that you feel might be too strong against your team. And on defense, well, that's sometimes simply based on luck. No matter what units you put on defense, there's always going to be units that enemies and your opponents can bring to try to take you down. So personally, I feel like thinking in terms of, well, if there's an enemy unit that's the opposite element, it's going to be preventing you from being successful. If you think like that, every unit is not worth summoning then. So please, get that idea out of your mind. Personally, I regret to say I have to pass on her because I have a strong attachment to Final Fantasy Tactics. And Final Fantasy Tactics Part 2 banner will be released very soon. It could be anywhere from, say, a month to maybe 2 months. But for me, I need to save. I need to save gems for those specific units because they're limited time. And Kilphe will be in the database forever. So if we get a lot of other 10x free pulls in the future, you might have a chance to get her. The only thing that I'm torn personally is because of the fact that every new unit they're releasing, they're giving us the ability to obtain many shards right off the bat. Easily can get these units to level 89, simply during that specific time frame of release. So to this, I say to the community, if you have no attachment whatsoever to any limited units, for example, be my fiance, she can care less. She most likely will probably summon for this unit. And same thing to you. In my opinion, this is going to be one unit that can really help you on your account in terms of progression. Perhaps not break the game by any means, but she is going to be a key element in your team. Doing massive damage and be able to take hits is a solid combination. But if you do have an attachment to any Final Fantasy Tactics character or Final Fantasy IV units or whatever, my suggestion is just go ahead and pass on all units in the entire game that are already in the database, because you will have many chances to get them in the future. Of course, that all being said, my videos are generally aimed towards players who are light spenders or free-to-play players, because we are always going to be thinking about, should we be saving our precious gems or should we be spending them? If you're a player that spends a lot of money, none of this really matters. I think that's all the time I have for this video. I hope you enjoy this type of content. I want to thank you for watching. And if you are going to summon for her, good luck. I really hope you get her. And I will be very jealous. And I would love to hear the different stories of how you got her. And as always, take care of yourself and all your loved ones. Nashtaters and his friends out.